Okay, so I am going to cover what a funnel would look like for someone who is a therapist. And this is someone who's a therapist who's looking to increase session bookings. This means that you are already doing marketing, and at this point, you need to point your marketing in the direction of where people can actually purchase sessions from you. Okay, so I want to be very clear about that before we get started. So I'm going to show what the back end should be, or give you an example of what the back end should be, and then I'm going to go over the landing page and the order of what's on the landing page to explain to you why that order should be the way that it is. So let's go ahead and look at the funnel. This is extremely simple, right? So there is a landing page where they can learn about your services. From the landing page, they should be able to easily get to a booking calendar where they can book an appointment from you. From there, they need to be able to easily pay for that session. And then it takes them to a thank you page where there may be additional instructions, or it might lead them to maybe if you have an ebook or some other kind of resource, that's what that is there for. But this is just a very simple funnel that you can use to make it easier for people to book with you. So let's take a look at the landing page. Okay. So very simple here. You've got your logo and all of this here in the header, but I want to take a look here at the hero section. So the first thing I want to draw your attention to is very clearly there is a book a session button. Why? Because there are going to be people who need to know, like, and trust you, and there are going to be people who want to read the entire landing page before they book a session with you. However, there are people in your audience who already know you, they already like you, they already trust you, or you have people who are coming across what it is that you're using to market yourself who already trust themselves enough and have decided, you know what, you are the person that I want to go ahead and book my next therapy session with. So for those people, you want to make it extremely easy for them to cut through all of the fat and book as quickly as possible. So as you can see, there's a book now button here, and there's also a book now button here. Okay. Have a photo of yourself. Because therapy is very personal, I would advise that you have a photo of yourself here. In some other industries, you can use different kinds of photos that represent the goods, products, and services that you have if you don't want to have your face or you don't want to use your photo. But because therapy is so personal, you want to make sure you have a really nice, good-looking photo of yourself here. And then here in this text, just give them a brief description of what it's like to work with you. You don't need a long diatribe. You don't need a bunch of words. You don't even need a title and a subtitle here. You just need something where they can look and they can see very quickly what it would be like to have a session with you. So there's that. Okay. So let's scroll down here. Okay. So this is just a section here that gives a very simple explanation of what therapy is, right? So if you do therapy, if you do counseling, if you do a very specific kind of therapy that maybe is not mainstream, that a lot of people don't know about, you want to give just a brief description here. Now, remember, this is just a landing page, okay? It's not your complete website. You don't want to go into a whole lot of information. This gives people exactly what information they need to be able to make a decision. Now, you would prefer for that decision to be a yes. However, you also want to make sure that you're not attracting or that you're not taking sessions with people who are just not right for you and the type of therapy that you provide or the type of counseling that you provide, right? So the purpose of this is to get them to make a decision, whether that decision is a yes or a no. You want to get them to make a decision, right? So this just gives a brief explanation of, what counseling is or what therapy is, or if you have a very specific type of counseling or therapy that you do, you just want to place that here. Okay. Next up, if you're offering private sessions, you want to give them the opportunity to book. So let's go ahead and start again from the top. So you've got your header up here, just some basic things, why counseling, about you, services, testimonials. We'll go through that. You've got a book button here, nice photo of yourself. Tell them a little bit, just a snippet of what it's like to be able to work with you and an opportunity to book. Next, you're going to give them a definition of what therapy is, what counseling is, what that is. And then you're going to give them another opportunity to book. Very clear. Okay. So private counseling sessions. Now, I know that for most therapists, or many therapists, may not use Zoom because it's not really totally HIPAA compliant. I think there's a version of it that you could purchase that is HIPAA compliant, but don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure about that. So whatever your method of session is, you want to put that here. So private counseling sessions in person, or private counseling sessions over video or over audio, whatever that is, give them another brief explanation of what that would be like. And then of course, another opportunity to book a session. Then from there, the next few sessions, you just want to give them, brief explanations again of the types of sessions that they could book with you. So on this one, this is a mock page. This is not a real therapist. This is just a mock page that we have that's already built out, right? So this person offers marriage and family counseling, and then there's a book a session button. Depression and anxiety counseling, there's a book a session button. Addiction counseling, there's a book a session button. And grief counseling, there's a book a session button. So what you want, again, notice this is your landing page, okay? This is not the page where you're going to tell them everything about what makes you awesome. You're going to break down all of your education, all of your accolades, all of your wins. This is not that page. This page gives them exactly the information that they need to be able to make a decision. So as you notice here, these sections are very short. This person does marriage and family counseling. You're going to give a brief explanation. If you have a very unique take on this, if there's a specific way that you do this, you're going to give a brief explanation, put that information here, and then of course, give them an opportunity to book. Notice that as you're going through this, right, it's giving them the types of sessions that they could book with you. Notice we have not done an about you yet. Okay, it's here, but we have not done an about you yet. And the reason why we haven't done an about you yet is because this is not about you. This landing page is not about you. This landing page is about your potential clients or your potential patients. This is about giving them the opportunity to have enough information to make a decision about whether or not they will want to work with you. Okay. What is it that you do? What is it that you offer? All right. So again, going back down, notice that we have several places where they can book a session. Why? Because you don't know at what point in going through the information that's available on this landing page that this person is going to be ready to book a session with you. You don't know when that's going to happen. And so what you want to do is you want to provide as many spaces for them to go ahead and book the session at the point in which they have decided that they want to book that session with you. Okay. You don't want to create any barriers by having to have them go all the way to the top of the page or all of the way to the bottom of the page. Okay. So very clear, the way that this landing page is set up, it's set up based on buyer psychology. It's set up based on the way people review information when they are trying to make a decision. So I want to highlight that because it's not just about having a landing page. It's not just about having a funnel. It's not just about having an email sequence. It is about taking the people who come to your page on a journey, and through that journey, they can experience what it would be like to work with you before making the decision about whether or not they want to work with you. Okay. So these are the different types of sessions. And then once you've done that, if you have some testimonials, right? If you have people who have been willing to give you a testimonial, I understand that in therapy and counseling, a lot of that is extremely private. So you may not have any testimonials. And if you don't have any testimonials, that is totally fine. You don't have to have this section here, right? If you don't have testimonials, what you could do here is you could just give some basic information, like these are some of the things that this type of therapy or that my type of therapy or my type of counseling has been able to help people do. Okay. If you don't actually have testimonials. Okay. So you've got that there. And then we get down to the bottom and now it's about you, right? Now remember, this is not your full website. This is not your authority hub. This is not the page that you're using to attract speaking engagements. That's not what this is for. This is the landing page that you are looking to increase your capacity to have more bookings, right? You're looking for more bookings. So again, not a long diatribe about who you are and what you do and where you were educated and all these different kinds of things. You just want them to get to know you. Okay, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is how what I do can support you. And of course, there's another button here for them to book a session. Okay, and then you want to give them another reminder. Hey, I have private sessions. I have private, or I have group sessions, whatever the case may be. Give them another opportunity to go ahead and book a session with you, right? So the way it works is, hey, you come to my page. If you already know, like, and trust me, boom, here's an opportunity for you to book. Not too sure? Okay, great. Here's a snippet of what it's like to be able to work with me. And you have an opportunity to book. Not sure yet? Okay, cool. Let me tell you about what therapy is. Let me tell you about what counseling is. Let's say if you do cognitive behavioral therapy, and maybe that's the basis by which you do all of your sessions, right? Let me just tell you a little bit about what that is, right? And I offer private sessions. Okay, no decision yet? No problem. Here are some of the different types of sessions that I offer and the different opportunities that you have to work with me. Okay, so you don't need this one? Great. Okay, here's another one. Don't want that one? Okay, great. Here's another one. Don't need that one? Okay, no problem. Here's another one. Haven't made a decision? Okay, great. Here are some of the things that previous people have said after working with me, or here are some of the things that could happen for you in your life if you go through these types of sessions, okay? And here's me. Here's what I'm about. Book a session. Not quite sure yet. Let me give you another reminder, right? So this is designed to follow the way people review information when they're trying to make a decision. Okay. So I'll give you an example of what it looks like live. Okay. So here we are, live page. Okay. So why counseling, right? Now, the way this page works, again, remember, this is supposed to make it easy for them to make a decision, right? So you could have this on a completely different page, but then that's another page that they have to open. So this makes it really simple. Okay. Why? All right. Notice that the about section is all the way down here at the bottom. So I'll say this here. Okay, you've got these up here. Why? Because you want people to be able to have their own experience. So again, I'm going to say this again. It's not just about building a landing page. It's not just about grabbing a template or saying that you have a funnel. It's about taking people on a journey. And so what this header does is it allows people to make a decision about how they want to journey through your page. So you have people who are going to want to scroll up and down on the page, and they have the ability to do that because you've given them the ability to do that. And all of the information is available here, and all they have to do is scroll down, right? Then you have people who are going to be looking for very specific things, right? So if you do a very specific kind of counseling and they want to know about that, give them the opportunity to take that journey and go straight to the information that they want to know, right? Maybe they're already familiar with some of your services, but they want to know a little bit more about you. Give them the opportunity to go straight to what it is that they're looking to find, because everybody is going to take a different journey. There's one journey that you think you're taking people on, and then there's the journey that people who are coming to your page are actually having. And so you want to give them that opportunity to be able to do that, okay? So if you click through services, it's going to take them to the beginning of the services, again, allowing them to have their own journey. And of course, you've got testimonials, or how this therapy could help whatever the situation may be. So I'll just go from top to bottom to give you an example of what this looks like. Okay, we're just going to scroll all the way down. This is a beautiful, very clean, right? I know I keep saying this. I know you all love your branding and all of your fonts and all of your colors, but again, it's about making it easy for them to make a decision. So this is very clean, very to the point, right? And so you've got this button over here that takes them all the way to the top. And let's see what happens when they click book a session. So here they can choose, so you can insert your specific services that you have here. They can click here, and then they have the opportunity to book on your calendar. And then once they book, then they have the opportunity to pay. So that you can make sure that all of those things are taken care of. And then of course you want to make sure that you have an email, some type of an email that reminds them, like, hey, you've booked an appointment, or hey, you haven't paid for your appointment. You want to make sure that your email marketing is set up on the back end, right? So this is a basic landing page, a basic funnel for a therapist, and for a therapist that makes it very easy for people to make a decision, and it makes it easy for people to book for you. Okay. So if you're building your own out, this is something that you want to consider. And this is really what yours should look like, especially if your goal right now is to increase the number of sales, increase the number of bookings. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this is we have already done this work for you. You don't have to do it on your own. So this is already built. It's got that landing page that I just showed you. It's got an email responder on the back end, and it's got the ability to hold your email list in a CRM. That entire landing page and funnel is actually built in FastFunnels. So if you click here, you get a free 14-day trial if you want to check it out. But basically the way that it works is you sign up for FastFunnels, and then you can purchase this template and import it into your FastFunnels account. And then the only thing that you have to do is add your own branding, your photos, add the things that are relevant to your business. But the entire framework is already built out for you. So you've got two options here. You can edit this yourself. We have a full video training library that shows you how to edit it. And if you have a virtual assistant or an executive assistant, I would actually recommend you delegating that task to that person. And again, the entire framework is already built out. So all they would have to do is go in and just add what's relevant to your business, right? You could use that same funnel multiple times. So if you could use that funnel and say, okay, I'm going to make this page for my landing page to increase bookings. And then if you decide that you want to write a book, you could use that same funnel and just rearrange it, and add like maybe your books instead of the different sessions that people can purchase. So it's very dynamic, and you can use it multiple times over and over and over again for different goods, products, and services that you would add as a part of your therapy practice or your counseling practice. And then you've got ongoing support from FastFunnels, and all of that is going to be back there for you in your portal. So you've got two options. If you purchase this and you DIY it or delegate it to someone on your team, it's only $147. Or if you want us to come in and customize it for you and do that work for you, our pricing for that starts at $3,997. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon.